I think most people have realized by now that the amount of money that you have does not determine how successful your life has been. But this realization does prompt the question of what does then constitute a successful life? How do you measure it? I think most people would say that you measure it by happiness and by how much you have affected the world for the better. But I disagree. I spent a lot of time feeling like crap because I thought I wasn't happy enough. And I felt like if I wasn't feeling good or if I wasn't having a good day, then that day was just a waste. And I would try to enjoy the little things. I would try to enjoy it when I was out with my friends. But whenever I was trying to enjoy it, it always felt forced. And I just want to put a disclaimer out there that I didn't spend all of my time feeling like crap. I did spend a lot of my time feeling good. I did have a lot of good days. But just on those days that weren't so great, I just thought about all of the time that I spent feeling bad about myself and felt like that because I spent all of that time feeling bad about myself, that my life was just wasted. So when I was feeling happy, a lot of the time I felt like it wasn't enough, like I could still do better, and other people were so much happier than me, and I wanted to be as happy as they were. So I don't think it's a good measure, because I don't think you can expect someone to feel good all the time. And I don't think you can say that they're living less of a good life than you are because they've had a few more bad days than you have. And I don't think that you can accurately measure how much one person has affected the world, because I don't think you can measure it through just the obvious things that they have done. Because some people haven't done very many obvious ones at all. That doesn't mean that it didn't change someone's life. Because it's not really something that you can measure, and so it shouldn't be used as a measure. The same goes for intelligence. I don't think the number of things that you know how to do is proportional to the amount of intelligence that you have. I don't think it's determined by your grade point average. I don't think it's determined by the number of big words that you know. And I think the same goes for love. I don't think the number of people you have that care about you and that you care about measure the success of your life, because having tens of people to turn to when you get sad, as opposed to having just one, I don't think that makes a difference. And so whenever I take a look at my life and try to measure it through these arbitrary rules that have been created, it seems like I've failed. And it seems like it's too late to start over, and what's the point of trying anymore? And no matter how hard I try to ignore these rules and expectations, they've been drilled into my head. But I'm not going to leave this video off on that note. I'm going to remind you of a few months ago, Sarah's birthday, right at the beginning of summer, and right before we even started this goober project. Not all of you were there, but it's just one moment out of many moments that we've had. This was before summer was way too long and I had too much time to think, and before I had my existential crisis, and before I actually started worrying about what next year entails and whether I'm making the right decision about how to spend the rest of my life, even though I know it doesn't have to be the rest of my life. And there wasn't really anything overly special about that day, but it was a good day. And there were more good days after that, but this one sticks out in my head because of that picture we took. And we all managed to look super dorky and attractive at the same time. And it was a good day. And it'll be a good day again. And there will be a lot of okay days in between. And there will be a few really bad ones. But it will be a good day again. And acknowledging these so-called rules for life is the first step towards breaking them. And so despite everything, and always despite everything, I am forever hopeful.